My wife slept with another man in our bed, then asked me to forgive her, like nothing happened. My name is Ethan Miller. 2 years ago, I thought I had it all. A thriving career as an architect, a beautiful home I designed myself, and a wife who, I believed, was my soulmate. Claire. We met at an art gallery opening. She stood in front of a painting, lost in the strokes of color. I asked her what she saw. She said, "A life not yet lived." That stuck with me. So did she. Our life together was quiet but full. Morning coffee with little notes, lazy Sundays in the garden, spontaneous road trips. We weren't perfect, but I believed in us. Then things changed. Subtly at first. Her phone always on silent, working late more often. She laughed less, touched me less, looked away just a second longer than usual. You can feel it before you know it. Something inside you begins to rot. One evening, I stayed home from work, told Claire I had a migraine. She kissed my forehead and said she'd be late. Another networking dinner. An hour later, I followed her. Not something I ever thought I'd do. But love makes you blind, and suspicion forces you to see. She wasn't at a restaurant. She was in a hotel, room 608. I didn't go up. I didn't need to. I just stood across the street, watching the light turn on in that room. Silhouettes on the curtain. Her laugh. That specific laugh she used only when she felt adored. It was like watching a version of her I didn't know anymore. I went home. I sat in the dark. I didn't cry. Not that night. Instead, I opened a new file on my computer. Project. The Exit. In the days that followed, I didn't confront her. I observed. I documented. I became a quiet witness to my own unraveling marriage. I called it The Exit. Not a revenge plan, but an escape blueprint. You see, I didn't just want to leave. I wanted to understand. I needed to know why. Why me? Why us? Claire still smiled at breakfast. She still asked about my day, and yet every word out of her mouth felt like it belonged to someone else's life. One night, I checked her phone while she was asleep. I saw the texts, dozens of them, but they weren't what I expected. I can't keep doing this. He's too kind. He doesn't deserve it. I'm scared he'll find out. I don't know who I am anymore. I didn't plan to fall in love with you, but I did. Love? With him? I waited until Saturday. I made breakfast. Pancakes, her favorite. "Claire," I said calmly, "how long have you been seeing him?" Her fork froze mid-air. Silence. Then a breath. Shaky. 6 months, she whispered. She didn't lie. That hurt more than if she had. "Do you love him?" Her eyes filled, but she didn't answer. That was the answer. I nodded. "Okay, then this ends now." She thought I meant us. I didn't. The next day, I met with her lover. I found him easily, a junior associate at her firm. 28, confident, charming, predictable. But here's the twist. He didn't know I existed. She had told him she was divorced. When I showed him our wedding photo, he went pale. She said you left years ago. She lied, I said, but maybe not just to you. That's when I realized Claire wasn't escaping me. She was escaping herself. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I asked her to leave the house. I needed space. A week passed, then 2. She emailed me, not to beg, not to explain, but to thank me, for not humiliating her, for treating her like a human even when she failed. I didn't reply. Instead, I finished The Exit. But it wasn't an escape plan anymore. It was a blueprint for a new home. For me, not a place to run from something, but to build toward something. 1 year later, I stood in front of a small gallery holding hands with someone new. Her name is Maya. We met at a community art class. I was drawing plans. She was painting emotions. We talk, we listen, we heal together. And sometimes, when the sun hits just right, I think of Claire, not with hate, not with longing, but with peace. Because sometimes the worst thing that happens to you is exactly what sets you free. But wait, that's not the end. Maya knows Claire, and she hasn't told me yet. Thanks for listening to the end. If you like the story, give it a like. Write a comment. I read everyone. And don't forget to subscribe. There are more crazy real stories ahead. See you in the next video. Take care.